I got this order for a cutting cake for a wedding, and I thought it was just gonna be another one of my vintage cakes. But the final result is one of my favorite cakes I've ever made. Just the colors, like, they were so cute. So the bride ordered a vintage cake off my signature menu. And then for the color scheme, she said she wanted it to be a white vintage piping. But then she wanted some, like, wildflower colored florals kind of scattered about. She sent me an inspo pic, and it had, like, light blue, light yellow, red, and then a little bit of green for, like, the leaves. And then for the writing on top of the cake, she wanted me to write happily ever after, which I thought was the cutest thing ever, and honestly perfectly matched the vibes of this cake. She said I could do it in whatever accent color I wanted, so I went with the light blue because it just felt very like Princess Cinderella happily ever after fairy tale ending. So after I finished with all of my typical white vintage piping, it was time to add the flowers. So whenever I do flowers, I like to start with the leaves to kind of place where they're going to go, and then so it looks like they are coming out from underneath the flower. And then I did a rose tip for the yellow and the red flowers, and then I wanted to do more of like a little daisy for the blue flowers, so I just used a small round tip. She also asked me to cover this whole thing in edible glitter, which you don't have to ask me twice. They came together to pick up the cake, and they seriously were the nicest people ever, and I'm so happy they liked it.